Yo, what's good, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with a new album review, and I'm super stoked. Yeah, that's me being stoked. I'm stoked to check out this album from the band Koyo. Would You Miss It? It's their debut LP that dropped this past year in September 2023. They're from Long Island, and they claim Long Island hardcore because they're not really a hardcore band, but they have hardcore DNA infused in their band and in their ethics. But they're more of like an emo, somewhat of a pop punk band, but with just hardcore like running through their veins. They've been around since about 2019, 2020. They're a bit of a Corona project, a bit, because they were releasing music right when Corona started, and so they got stuck with that. They dropped like two EPs, and their second EP was the first one I heard, and it just blew my fucking mind, and I fell in love with this band and everything. So I was really looking forward to this debut from them, and it comes on Pure Noise Records. They signed with them a while back, so they're pretty making a name for themselves. They've toured with like bands like Bayside, uh, what is it? I Am the Avalanche, Silverstein. So if you like those kind of bands, you probably will like Koyo and everything. So with that being said, let's get into this review. 51st State. The first thing I notice when the song plays along is the bass. It has a very heavy tune to it, like sound to it. It sounds very heavy, thick. Then the guitars come in. They're very light and everything in a way, light riffs. The vocalist Joey, he sounds more pulled back on the song than he normally does. Like he's not going all in going high vocals here. As the song progresses along, there's some gang vocals that come in that are very nice and clean and everything. Uh, Overall, I think it's a very catchy song, uh, catchy opening track with the gang vocals and everything. Good emo lyrics, nice crashing breakdown at the end, and overall, it's a decent opener. So I want to play a little clip for y'all. Check it out. "51st State."
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you and punctures.
You're on the list -1. The transition from the first song to this song is very clean. Very nice, guys. The verses on this song are very good, but I think the chorus is a lot stronger and really carries this song a lot. The drums, very good, very tight and everything. Guitar riffs, nothing too flashy. They're pretty simple riffs and everything. But yeah, the chorus is really good, and the backing vocals really make this song, especially the way that they enunciate and flow with this song. Life's a Pill. Rolling drums start this song off really well with some nice guitar strumming. Uh, I would say the way that the guitars are laid on this track, they're very prominent. You can hear them very nice, and the bass is very clean on this song. So everything's layered pretty well here, I think. And the verses and the chorus for this song are okay. They kind of bleed into each other, and that kind of like transition pretty well and everything. The one thing I really noticed on here, there's this little part in the song with the drums that go like from the kick drum, and that's pretty nice. Adds some nice variety to the song and everything. Very strong emo song, very solid overall. I Might Not. First thing I noticed here was like the snare drum, like playing, like he's hitting the rim of the snare drum, and it's adding some nice little effects and variety to here, which was really nice. Fast and Wild intro with the guitars and the upbeat drums. It's a very high energy song, it feels. Good circle pitting moments in this song. A lot of wild stuff going on in the pit. I think they can happen on this song. Very classic pop punk and emo infused vibes here, which really help because the vocalist seems to have a lot of emotions on this track. He's really, really like emoting here, and it sounds very healthy. Flatline Afternoon. High-pitched guitars with a rolling snare drum, sprinkled with like a soft-spoken vocals help open this song. I think overall the mix of the guitar and the drums and the vocals and it really helped build an atmosphere for this song, which is really nice. They're like building up to something really good. You can feel it. And as I'm listening to the song, there's a lot of like strong 2000s emo vibes here. Overall, very different style and song structure for Koyo. Not what they're normally doing here, but I like it and everything. And then around the 2-minute 30 mark, I didn't realize it, but like at the time there's some huge screams, and they're just pulling off some older like emo punk vibes here, like I hate saying screamo, but yeah, like screamo vibes and everything. And I didn't know, but I think this is the feature here is the vocalist from Vane, and he just really comes in and just kills it on this guest vocal spot and everything, which makes me want to like play a little clip for y'all. Just it comes in so clean. Anthem. This is a very groovy and bouncy short track. Joey sounds really sharp here and tight with his vocals. The guitar's pretty laid back and light and everything, but the bass and the drums are really driving this song. It's a very tight track and everything, and the bass, oh man, it just overall, just the bass and the drum on this song just really speak to my heart, and they sound so good. Sayonara Motel. Very deep drums with static guitars help build this song up. There's some backing synths in the background a little bit, adds a little bit of flavor and some texture to the song. Then it moves along into like a mid-tempo groove, which is pretty nice. Vocals are again like kind of more buried in, not saying again, but they are buried in the mix a bit here. But it really helps the instruments come through here. Like it really lets the guitars, the drums, bass, everything really get some like time to shine. And I was a little disappointed. The song just kind of like ends out of nowhere. Message Like a Bomb. This is a bit of a slow burn of a song as they really build it up in the opening. Like as I'm listening to the song, I feel like I'm getting ready for like battle for some reason. I don't know. It just feels like we're ready to go charge and fight and everything. Has a very grand, large scale to it with soaring guitars and smashing drums. I don't know, something in it just really builds up and like resonates in me. The guest vocals on here, they do add a lot of flavor and pizzazz to the song, especially over the epic guitars. So it makes it a pretty solid song. What's Left to Say? Again, have a nice smooth transition from the previous song to this one. Very nice. It's a sweet and nice emo song, I think. Backing vocals though are a little bit drowned out and hard to hear. And the guest vocalist is a bit like gargly, and like his vocals are kind of hard to hear. So it makes it like his feature not the best, I think. So it's like an all right song. Postcards. More bass and drum driven songs here. The vocal register from their vocalist Joey sounds very deep and rich here. As the song progresses, you can tell they're building up to something, like the before the chorus and everything. But right before they build up to it, they pull it back, and the drums and bass come back in and everything. Simple riffs, lyrics, they hit hard and everything. Like very emotional lyrics and whatnot. Soft, clean vocals are added onto this song, and they really pull it off at the end of the song with the nice guitar solo and catchy chorus. It really leads up to that ending, especially with like when he's talking about the lines with like 3,000 miles away. It's a very touching song. So with that being said, here's a little clip of Postcards.
Freezing over highway lines that direct me to your bed. Come 2033, I hope there's still you and me. Or maybe we can play our fate in these suburban streets. Isn't that
charts. Crushed. As this album is ending and everything, I noticed there's not a lot of fatigue in terms of like the album sounding kind of repetitive or repeating sounds. Everything is uniquely different and everything, so it's really nice. But I will say it's not as diverse as the EP. Maybe to me, maybe it's the lack of the third guitar or something, but there's a little bit of like a bite missing overall, and I'm kind of feeling it on this track a little bit. The drums are good. Backing vocals kind of get in the way of the song, I think, a bit. So overall, I think it's kind of like just an okay song. Yeah, so that was Koyo's new album, Would You Miss It? Their debut album. And would you miss it? I think you'd be crazy if you did miss this album, because it's a pretty solid album, especially with Koyo's previous works with their 2 EPs under their belt. This was going to be a really hard album to top those EPs, I think. And overall, I think maybe it didn't top those EPs, I think they're just as equally as great as those EPs. For being a debut and everything, I think it's still pretty solid and whatnot, because I would say the one thing I noticed about this whole full-length EP, the flow of the album is pretty good. The transitions are really good for the songs, and just the overall play style is nice and solid. Like, there's good pacing here, especially from the bass and the drums, which I really think add a lot to this album and everything, and really drive a lot of the songs. Then next we have the vocalist is beefy vocals. He just sounds really, really in what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's in it. He's like, he's on time all the time. He just, as they would say with drumming, in the pocket. He's on point here with his vocals and everything. And they try to change it up a little bit with some clean vocals, which are nice. I will say the gang vocals at times, they either are really good or sometimes really buried in the mix, so it's kind of hard to hear them. And all the guest vocalists, I would say half of them are pretty good. The other half are kind of like underutilized or just kind of there and could have been done better, I think. The guitars, pretty solid and just like not too outstanding, but they're good. They do solid riffs there and everything, but just not as catchy as before with their other stuff. But it's still overall really good. So, and the production, solid through. All the sounds sound really, really good. Have a nice little bit of grittiness to it, but like it's still 2023 updated, new like technology and sound and everything. So it's mixed pretty well. Like I said, it was going to be really hard to top their other albums, their EPs, but I think they did a fine, good job with this debut and everything. So with that being said, I think this album from Koyo, Would You Miss It, is a nice, solid, boop, 8 out of 10. So yeah, that is my review. Tell me what you guys think. How did I do? Did you like this album? Did you not like it? Let's hear your thoughts. Comments down below. Go support Koyo. Check them out. And I am Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming on by, guys. I will see you later. Bye.